And then most famously, he finished runner-up to Alberto Salazar in the 1982 Boston Marathon, maybe the most famous marathon ever run. They call it the Duel in the Sun. More pertinent to us, you had a series of life-threatening accidents, starting with a farm accident in 1989, followed by, if I counted correctly, 3 car accidents in the early 90s, all of which led you to start taking painkillers of various sorts and to become addicted to those, and then eventually to find your way to recovery.
Well, honestly, as tough as that race in 1982 was at the Boston Marathon against Alberto Salazar and the other runners that were up in the front group there for a while, the addiction that I went through made the Boston Marathon look honestly like a walk in the park. You know, I was taking a cocktail of Valium, Percocet, and Demerol, all very highly addictive drugs. I was taking upwards of 80 to 90 pills a day.
Amazing.
It's amazing that I'm still alive. You know, when I was taking all those drugs, I thought everything was fine. You know, but when I look back, you know, my first wife, Mary, I lied to her all the time. You know, I was taking money out of our business and didn't have money to take out of to buy the drugs. You know, I stole narcotics from my dying dad, who was dying from cancer. You know, I forged prescriptions. I mean, I did it. When I was under the influence of those drugs, I did so many things that I wouldn't even have thought about ever doing. I was never raised like that. And, you know, I know I hurt a lot of people. And so now I look back and it's like, man, I thought I had everything under control. And I look back now and think how out of control I actually really was. And so I've been very fortunate.
The retreat that's coming up, what can people expect there? You're going to, I assume, share some of your experience, strength, and hope from your recovery.
Without doubt.
And then are there some actual running activities? What else is going to happen?
So we'll do a little bit of running, but believe me, we're not going to, you know, in the 2 days that we're going to be there, a day and a half, whatever it is, a couple of days, I promise you we're not going to be running, you know, 10, 20 miles a day, and I'm not going to be cracking everybody with a whip. We're just there to really to talk and to get together and celebrate and talk about the past and present, along with some running. You know, that time of the year, the mosquitoes aren't going to be bad yet. The everything's blooming and blossomed out, and you know, you're in such a gorgeous part of Minnesota, all the lakes and rolling farmland, and it's just a wonderful time and a wonderful place to be, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been running for 41 years now, and you know, some people, when they get mad at somebody or something frustrates them, you know, they throw things or they yell and scream. What I've always done is put on my running shoes and I've gone out for a run. And when I get back, I might not have a solution to the problem, but I'm a lot more positive and ready to deal with it in a more positive way. So for me, running, yes, I love to compete at that high level. And I still like to go out there and do the best I can, even though I'm 58 years old now. But for me, I get up and I run very early in the morning, and most of the time I run by myself just because of how early I do go. But it's like, for me, it's like I have a one-on-one NA meeting every day with God. And I talk to him and thank him for this and thank him for that. And
so the end of June is going to be, for some people, I know Grandma's Marathon is kind of
a week before.
It's a week before. That's kind of your baby. You've been there for, 30-some years now.
Yes.
You're the course record holder. But we also have, at the end of June, there's going to be people that are just starting to train probably for the Twin Cities Marathon.
Right.
That'll be 4 months later in Minneapolis.
We have two of the greatest marathons in the entire country in the state of Minnesota, Grandma's and Twin Cities. And they're both, the Grandma's Marathon is in June and Twin Cities early October, so you've got plenty of time to kind of recuperate from Grandma's, and if you choose to do so, get ready for the Twin Cities Marathon. So it's a perfect time. A lot of people might say, okay, Dick, what do I do now to get ready for Twin Cities? And I'll be more than happy to help them lay out a program for the next few months. I especially love working with people that are just beginning a running program or maybe getting ready to run their first half or first full marathon. And listen, my hat goes off to those folks that decide to do that, because it's a big endeavor to chew off. But if you're there, you're celebrating sobriety, celebrating recovery. Getting ready for a marathon is going to seem like a piece of cake.
Well, thank you, Dick. I appreciate your time today so much, and I look forward to seeing you again in about a month at the Hazelden's Dan Anderson Renewal Center in Center City. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.